Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with me, with us, one growing big family, by hitting that subscription button, which is free, and the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I want to thank every single one of you for your comments, suggestions, and of course your likes. Thank you so much. And for the women that have been helping to support others with thread, thank you for your donations. Thank you. I'm humbly grateful, and so are they. Also, I would like to ask you, if you like patterns of the videos, please always give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important to have it circulate and to keep growing, and share if you can. Sharing is caring. So I usually use a 2.75 hook or 3.5. My threads are 100% cotton threads. They're Portugal brands, which such a high demand. So I'm taking orders of threads now for people that are interested, because I get asked a lot, either through the groups or comments here on YouTube. They're $12 a ball, which the balls are like this. They're 100 grams. It's between 300 325 yards. And the $12 is already included with shipping. Minimum of order of 6, because it costs too much on shipping. Okay, so if you're interested, let me know. There's many ways to get a hold of me, either through the email or my Facebook page of crochet, or my Facebook private group. You can request if you have a profile. Instagram, you can message me through there, or TikTok. So there's so many ways you can get a hold of me. Also, if you're interested in purchasing on any of my patterns through any of my videos, you can comment on that video and let me know which pattern it is, and then get a hold of me, and we'll take it from there. So thank you, and let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to create an oval doily, and this oval doily, it gives me the idea like palm trees. So on both ends, it's going to look like there's palm trees, since we have some of the green leaves here on this granny square that I've just launched the video yesterday. You could always go into the playlist if you can't find it on videos on my channel. In playlist, you can see granny square. There's the normal written granny square, that's for right-handed people, and I also have a lot of videos for left-handed. So if you're a lefty, you should go into the playlist. There's a lot of titles there for doilies, left-handed, table runners, left-handed, and so on. So I'm going to use hook 2.75. I'm going to be using the off-white, and also we'll be using some of the colors that's mixed inside of the center here, and also the pink that's mixed in there also. I think it's a great combination. I might add, not sure yet at this point, but I might add some green. I'll see as I go. And we're going to get started now. A lot of you keep asking me about the threads. Where can you get the threads? These threads are Portugal brands. They only sell them here. And I've just announced, because it's such a high demand on these threads, that if you're interested, you can order from me and I'll ship it out to you. They're $12 a ball. I will say a ball. They come like this. It's 100 grams. That means between 300 325 yards. And 100% cotton thread. They're a 4-ply, similar to Aunt Lydia, a little bit thinner. So obviously the patterns become a little bit thinner. But if you have access to like off-whites, beige, whatever colors on Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton, you can mix these colors. You know, if you just want to order the colors, the multicolored mixes and things like that. Which eventually I'll do a video with the color numbers, because they don't go by name, they go by numbers. Okay, so if you're interested, let me know. It's $12, like I said, a ball. That's including with shipping. Minimum of 6 balls to order, because it's too expensive to ship out just one ball. Okay, the price that I will ship out for one ball could be shipped out for 6. Okay, so just to let you know, you could always get a hold of me through my email all of the information is in the description box, or either through message on Instagram or my Facebook group, private group. You can request to be a member if you have a profile, or my crochet page. You could also message me through there. So there's so many ways, and of course there's the email. So you can get a hold of me on many ways. If you have TikTok also, you can message me through there. Okay, so we're going to get started. It's going to be very simple, easy. I'm not going to make a big one. As you can go as big as you'd like on this, by the way. I'm only going to use these 3 granny squares. But if you wanted to go bigger, make them as sets, because I have a lot of South American women that make these patterns as sets and sell them. You can go big, small, medium, large, whatever the case may be, and sell them as sets. I think it's much profitable for you guys. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is come to the corner. Now, for the women that are creating sets and selling these pieces, you can use, let's say, a thicker thread or yarn, and make them as rugs also. Okay, so that's an idea for you. They can sell them very easily as rugs. So single, chain 2, try to hide my little thread here. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do a double crochet. Now this is going to be we're going to complete this edge here only when we come around the pattern. Okay, so remember if it's 3 or 4. Yes, we're going to do only 3, because when we come around, we're going to complete it as we come around. So chain 2. I'm coming inside of my space here of 1 chain, and I'm doing 4 double crochets. Now you can do only 3 double crochets if you want to. I'm going to do 4 just to fill it up a little bit more. It's the option that you have. Instead of doing 4, you can do 3. Some people prefer to do 3 to economize a little bit more, especially the South American women, on the thread. So it's a simple idea for you. Chain 2, coming into the next space. So I'm doing 4 double crochet, 2 chain. I'm going to come directly inside where it connects the granny squares and do my 4 double crochets in there. Now you do have the option, if you wanted to do 1 here, 2 here, and 1 here, and you'd have your 4. I'm just going to do it this way. 2 chain space, and we continue on doing the 4 double crochets. When we get to the other granny square, it's the same thing as we just did here. So I'll meet you at the corner. So you'll have 4 here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So we've come to the corner. We're going to do the same thing. This will be repeatedly like this all the way around. 4 double crochets, even on the corners, 2 chain, and into the next one. Before I forget, I also get a lot of requests if I sell my patterns. Yes, I do. So if you're interested in any of the patterns that you see on the video, you can comment on that video and let me know if you're interested on buying the pattern. You could always email me, and all of the other things that I mentioned: Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end where we first started. It's just a repeat all the way around. Okay, so we've reached the corner and we're going to complete the 4th double crochet. we're going to come on our second chain that we started, the single and the 2 chain, and close it with slip stitch. Now we have the 4 double crochets. I'm going to do the walk over to the next double crochet, and I'm coming back in doing a single and 2 chain. This equals a double crochet. Next space, double crochet. We'll complete it on the way back. What we need to do, we're going to do 2 double crochets inside of this space, and then 2 chain. Proceed again with your groups of 4 all the way to the other corner. Two chain space, okay, so I'll meet you here at this corner. Just continue to do your 4 double crochets and 2 chain. Okay everyone, so we reached the corner, and it's going to start to change because we're going to start to create the design for these palm trees, if you want to call them. So 2 double crochet. We're going to have a total of 5. Next space and next space. We don't do the last one, so we have 5 double crochets. Chain 2. We're going to come inside of the space here and do 2 double crochets, 1 on top of the double crochet, another one, and another one. So we have 5 double crochets. This one here is the center of the edge. So these 2 belong here, and these 2 are the corner ones, belong here. We're going to do 2 chain. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets. Chain 2 into the next one, next space. So we're going to do those 4 double crochets on this side also, because this is the center of the edges. So 4 on this side and 4 on this side. 2 chain. We're going to skip this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exactly how we have it here. We're going to skip the first one here and create the other corner again. Chain 2, skip the first one, and do our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so 5 double crochet, we don't do the last. 2 chain, 2 inside and 3 more. We don't do the last. 2 chain, 2 inside, 2 on top of the double crochets, chain 2, right after 2 double crochets, 2 inside, chain 2, skip the first one, do your 5 double crochets, so 1 per space and 2 inside, chain 2, skip the first one and do your 5 again. So now we're going to do those groups of the 4 double crochets, and we're going to repeat right here exactly what we did here, the 2 and then 3. 2 chains. So all you have to do is just look on this side. If you want to put a little marker, you can go ahead. You can put a marker right at the corner one, because you know you have to start to do your 2 inside and then complete your 5. Don't do the last. So it's just a repeat exactly what we just did here. And I will come to you at the end of our where we started. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I pretty much finished doing this side exactly how we did this side. Okay, so now we're just going to complete chain 2. So we started with a single and 1 chain. So I'm going to come and do so we're going to skip the first one and coming in the second double crochet. I'm going to come in the second chain from the first one we started and we've closed in. So now we have the 5 double crochets. I'm going to come in the next one and doing a single and 2 chain into the next space, double crochet into the next space, double crochet, and 2 inside of the space. We're always going to have this increase going up of the 2 inside of the spaces. So we have 2, 4, 5. We'll complete the 6th one when we come around, when we do our row. Now this is just a repeat. Now the 4 groups, we're going to do it until the corner, and until the next corner, and then I'll come back to you at the end of this row into the corner and show you what we're doing next. So basically we're pretty much starting to design the leaves here. It's going to go out like that, okay? But I'll meet you here at the end. So we've reached the corner where we have the 5 double crochets, 2 inside. Remember what I said, we're always going to have an increase here and here, okay? So 2 inside. We're going to have a total of 6 double crochets now. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't do the last one. Chain 2. Again, in here we're going to have a total of 6. 1 and 2, and then 1 on top of the double crochet, 2, 4, 6, chain 2. We are in the center of the motif here for the design. We're going to do 2 double crochet. This is 3, 4, and 5. Chain 2. Coming in the center here of the 2 chain, doing 1 double crochet, chain 2. We're going to skip the first one, come into the second, and remember what we're doing here, we're doing on the other side. So all you have to do is either rewind or look at your pattern on the opposite side. 2 inside of the space. So we have 2, 4, 5, 2 chain into the center with double crochet, 2 chain, and then you have your 5 there again. Chain 2. We're going to skip this first one, coming in and doing our double crochet. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, exactly how we have on here. And then we're skipping the first one again and doing our 6 again. Chain 2, skip the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so 6 double crochets, 2 chain. We don't do the last double crochet. Inside of the space, 2 double crochet, then 4 more. We don't do the last one, 2 chain. 2 inside of the space, 3. So we have a total of 5 here. 2 chain, 1 in the middle between, because this is the center of the design, and then 5 more. 2 chain, 6 double crochet, that means we skip the first one. 2 chain, we skip the first one, and continue. Now we're going to create our 4 double crochets, the sides as we've been doing, and on the other side is all the same thing. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so reaching the end, did my last 6. It's a repeat here of what we did on the other side. 2 chain. I'm going to complete my 6. I'm always skipping the first one and coming in with the slip stitch on my second chain. So 2, 4, 6. I'm going to come back in and doing a single 2 chain, next space, double crochet, next space. Actually, we're going to go into the next one. I don't know what well, it still would have been the same thing, but I think it will be easier this way. Into the next space, single 2 chain, again another double crochet. So it's all about increases now, right? So we have 2, 4, and we'll complete it when we come back, because we always skip the first one, so we'll be doing it here, and then completes this group out, and 2 here. So this one we had 2, 4, 6, and this one will have 7. 2, 4, 6, and when we come around we'll have the 7th one. 2 chain. I'm going to continue the groups. Always stay the same, the groups of 4. And I'll meet you at the edge. So I've reached the edge where I have my group of 6. So 2 inside, 1 on top of the double crochets. We don't do the last one. Remember, these leaves, they're coming out this way, right? The palm trees, sort of. That's what I call them, palm trees anyway. You let me know once it's done if you think it looks like a palm tree. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 7, chain 2, and again 2 inside, and do our 7 again. We don't do the last double crochet. Okay. Chain 2, coming in, doing 2. So here we'll have 6 double crochet. Remember, this is the center, so there's one double crochet less. 2, 4, 6, chain 2. We're coming inside of the space, chain 2, into the next one, 1 double crochet. So it's 1 double crochet per space here, chain 2, skip the first one, and do your 6 double crochets here, because this is the center of the design of the palm trees. And of course you got to do the same thing on the other side. Chain 2, skip the first one, continue with your 7 double crochets. Two, 4, 6, 7. Chain 2, skip the first one, and again your 7 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's 2 inside, always remember, and then continue with your 4 double crochet groups all the way to the other edge. When you get to the other edge, you're just going to have to repeat what we just finished doing here. That's why I said if you need to put a marker at the other edge, then go ahead, because then you know. But very simple, it's just an increase here, decrease 1 double crochet, increase 2 double crochet, we don't do the last, 2 double crochet, we don't do the last, 1 double crochet per space, 2 chain space between them, and repeat the same thing. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've reached the end. Again, we're doing the same thing. It's always the same process. 2 chain. So we skip the first one, coming into the second. Doing the double crochet. And on the second chain, close it up nice and tight so it doesn't leave a space with a slip stitch. So now we have our 7. Again, going to the next space. I'm going to do a single, chain 2 into the next one. So it's always an increase. We don't do the first. Double crochet. 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7, because our 8th one will complete it once we come around. So pretty much it's the groups of 4 double crochet, always an increase here, 2 at the beginning, we don't do the last one, then chain 2, 2 here, we don't do the last one. This stays the same. The only thing that's going to change is here on the center. We're going to make a V. So I'll meet you here because everything else is the same. It's just 2 inside. It's an increase. So we'll be having 8 double crochets now. We don't do the last one, and it's always a 2 chain between the groups and everywhere else. Okay, so no point of, filling up my memory on my mobile to repeat the same thing. It's just a repeat now until we meet there in the middle of that square so we can do our V. Especially there's beginners, and of course they need to understand what are we talking about by V's, right? Is that pretty? So as you can see, the leaves are coming already down this way and the other way. Okay, so I've done all my corner. So we have 8, 2 chain, 8, not doing the last double crochet, and we have 7. On the middle one, it's always 1 double crochet less. Okay, 2 chain, doing 1 double crochet, 2 chain. In the center middle one here, we're doing the V. So 1 double crochet, 2 chain, and coming right back in the same space. That's the only difference on this row, and the other side will be the same thing. 2 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chain, and proceed. Skip the first one, come into your second, and do your 7 double crochets, because this is the center of the design. 2 inside of the space, 2, 4, 6, 7, and then proceed again with your 8. So always skipping now the first one and then to the second one, and continue to do your 8 double crochet, 2 inside, 2 chain, skip the first one. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I've reached the end. I'm going to close it, not close it, sorry. I'm going to do my double crochet on the second, because we always skip the first one here, and then close it on the second chain. With a slip stitch. And I like to tighten it up because I don't want a big space in between. So we're going to do the walk, I call it the walk, into the next one, and do a single, 2 chains. So we're going to repeat everything again. So this row will have 9 double crochets. We'll complete the last one when we come around. So 2 inside the space. So now we have 8. When we're going to come around, we'll complete the last one here. Everything stays the same. Even when we come here to the edge, 1 double crochet, 2 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chain, 1 double crochet inside of the V, 2 chain, 1 double crochet. But I'll meet you here just to make sure you don't get confused. Okay, so do your groups, do your 2 double crochets. We'll have 9 double crochets. We don't do the last 2 inside, again 9. We don't do the last 2 again, and you know here is 8 double crochets. It's always 1 less on the centerpiece here of the motif. So I'll meet you here where we have the little blocks. Okay, so I've reached the center here. So did my 2 chains on the first little block, double crochet. So it's all 1 double crochet per space. We're not changing anything because we already did the increase with that V, and the increase of the V is not to have the pattern pull here at the edge. And then again, next space, and again, skip the first one, come into the second one, and complete your 9 double crochets. Remembering that on the other side you must do the same thing on that V, just 1 double crochet. I'll show you in a second once I complete here my 9 double crochets. Okay, so it's just a repeat now. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're closing row 6 in. Just to remind you, because I have not been calling the rows, but it's always good time to time to remind you what row we're in case you need to know. Okay, so we've closed in. Moving on to the next one. Single, chain 2, and again proceed the same way. We'll complete the group here once we finish coming around. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the 10th one when we come around to it. Okay. Here will be the repeat. The only thing that's going to change again is going to be on the center of that design. We'll have to create 2 V's on there so the pattern doesn't start pulling on the edge. So continue to do the same thing as we've been doing. 2 double crochets, we don't do the last, 2 chain, 2 double crochets, we don't do the last. When we get here on our little squares, we're going to have a V here on the second one, and we'll have a V here on the next one. Okay, so I'll meet you here at the squares once I complete my round here. Okay, everything else stays the same. Okay, you guys, so I'm on my second little square. I've done my 2 chain. We're going to build a V here. So double crochet, chain 2, and on the same space, double crochet, 2 chain, next space, 1 double crochet, 2 chain, next space, 1 double crochet, 2 chain. Two chain, and we're building another V. 2 chain, next space, double crochet, 2 chain, skip the first one, go into your second as usual, and create your 9 double crochets, because there's always one less here on the center than the rest of the groups that are 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we have 2 squares, V, 1, 2, 3 squares, V, 2 squares, exactly like here. Everything else stays the same. You must do the same thing on the other side also. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've done my last double crochet here, done my slip stitch, and I'm coming into the next one, single, chain 2. We're going to repeat everything again. There's no change on this row. Everything stays the same. We're just doing our groups. We'll complete this one when we come around to it. So this is row 8. Do your groups of 4 double crochets and then repeat everything, and here is 1 double crochet per space, but I'll meet you here because everything else stays the same. Okay everyone, so I've reached the middle here, and like I said, there's no changes here. It's just 1 double crochet per space, 2 chain, 1 double crochet. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. So where we have the V's, it's 1 double crochet only. Skip the first one and continue your groups. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've closed. I've done my double crochet, I've closed with my slip stitch, I walked over to the next one, did my single and 2 chain, and then we'll complete when we come back. So it's been a repeat. This here will be a repeat. As you can see, the design here is closing in, so we're decreasing here and we're increasing on the edge. So we're going to continue. The only change it's going to be, again, it's going to be here. We're going to do V's on the third one. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to have V here, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. It's probably 5 singles, because it's on the third one we do the V. But I'll meet you here once I get there. Everything else stays the same, okay? Okay, so I've arrived where I have my squares. On the third one, I'm doing my V. 2 chain, and another double crochet on the same space. 2 chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the third one we're doing the V. So I was right, there was 4. Happens sometimes that I'm right. So we did the other V. We continue with 1 double crochet. Skip the first, go into the second, and continue your groups and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, V, 1, 2, 3. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so pretty much started row 10. So I did my last double crochet. On here, of course, closed in with slip stitch, went up, single 2 chain, did my group will finish when we come around, and then do your groups here, and this stays the same. And then when we come to the corner here, it's just 1 double crochet per space, 2 chain. So there is no increase. There's no point in recording the whole thing. It's just exactly like this row here. Okay, like row 8. So double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet all the way through, and then I will meet you at the end. Okay, because there is no increase anywhere else. Okay, you guys, so we are on row 11, pretty much closed in, did my double crochet, went into the next, did the slip stitch, single 2 chain. So on these ones here, we have 14, and on the center one, we have 13. Remember, the center one is 1 less. So I continued because it's the same thing. There's no change, and the only change, we're going to do a V on 1, 2, 3 on your 4th square. We do the V, and we're going to do it again. So 2 chain, 1 double crochet, and again, and we're going to do it on the 4th square on this side. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. On your next one, we're doing the V again. Chain 2, Okay, so on your fourth square the V, and then 6 singles, 2 chain space, and then on the fourth space coming from left to right, a V again. Well, left to right for some people that are righties. Lefties will be from right to left, right? Because I usually put up left-handed videos also. Not that I'm left-handed, it's the app that does it for me. So skip the first and continue. Now after this, I'm going to change colors. We're near the end of this pattern. Still have just a little bit more decoration at the end here. So everything continues the same, and you're supposed to have you're supposed to have one group left here on the motif. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I pretty much finished my row. I'm going to cut my thread. I'm going to come in with a different color now. Just coming in the middle of the double crochets here, right in the center. I'm not grabbing both threads. Okay, I'm coming just in one in the middle. Just going back and forth because the next row is just going to cover this leftover thread, and I like to leave it a little bit longer so nothing ever comes apart. That's very important. You could also do a knot or two if you're comfortable. Sometimes I do, or most times, but because I'm doing another row, usually I make a knot or two at the end, but I'm doing another row so over it, so that's going to pretty much hide it. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the pink and light green, and this row is very simple. So this is row 12. We're just going to do double crochet over double crochet, and where we have the 2 chain space, we're going to do 2 double crochets inside of that space. So you pretty much can come in on any of them. I'm just going to start right here. It doesn't matter really where you start here, just so I can hide it after when I come in with the next. So I did a single and 2 chain. That equals my double crochet, and again, didn't like that single there. Okay, so let's try. Neighbors are having construction. I have no control of the noise. It's just so annoying. There's never a dull moment in this place. So single, and I did 1 chain only, just so it doesn't give it that big notice on there. Trying to hide my thread as I go. That's why it's important to leave a little bit longer the thread. Okay, so basically just double crochet over double crochet. Where we have the 2 chain space, we're doing 2 double crochets. And again, 2 double crochets, double crochet over double crochet. So this whole row is just double crochets, nothing to it. And the same thing here. And even on here, we're going to do 2 inside and 1 on top of the double crochet. So I'll meet you there because it's just a repeat of double crochets over double crochet. So nothing really to it. Inside of the 2 chain space, we're doing 2 double crochets. Okay, and then 1 on top of the double crochet. So I'll meet you there at the other end. Okay, you guys, so I've arrived here at the edge, 2 inside and 1 on top of the double crochet, and then again 2 per space, and one on top. So it's always going to be like that. Even when you get to the V, is the same thing. One on top, two inside. One on top, two inside. Okay, so after this, I am cutting my thread and coming in with a different color. Okay. Okay, everyone. So pretty much finished. I'm going to cut my thread and I'm going to come in with another color just so the pattern can outstand a little bit more. So you just come and you tuck in your loose end, like I mentioned, just come in between in the center here of the double crochet, because the next row is going to hide it. So I'm just gonna cut a little extra. Coming out so pretty, isn't it? Okay, everyone, so I'm going to come in with the solid green, and I'm going to leave a little bit of string just to hide it in between. Make a slip stitch knot. I'm going to come anywhere for that matter, it doesn't matter where, but I'm going to grab my slip stitch from the back to the front, and I'm going to stretch it a bit. We're going to do the poof stitch. Okay, so 2, 3, I think it's 3 and 4. We have to do 4. Okay, we're going to skip a space and we're going to come into the next one and we're going to close it all together. 1, 2, and 3. If your stitch is too loose, then do only a 2 chain. We're going to come directly where we closed off on this one here. Stretch it so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, we're going to skip a space and go into the next one, and we're going to close it off. Now sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, especially if your stitch is tight. And then 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do this all the way around. Again, you're going to come in here where we've closed off, stretch it a bit, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip a space, go into the next one, and then close it all off. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to repeat this all the way around, so I'll show you one more time. So we're going to come in here, stretch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip a space and into the next one. Take out and take them all out. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do this all the way around, and once I'm done, I'm going to come back to you on it. Okay guys, so I'm on my last one. So we're going to skip this one. I'm going to come here where we started and take it all out. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hook it on the first chain that we did when we closed the first poof out. So now we're just going to tuck it in. Okay, you guys, I'm going to come back in with my off-white, do my slip stitch knot. And you can pretty much start anywhere. So we're going to go inside where those 3 chains are. Single. I'm going to do only 1 chain on this one. Normally I do a single and 2 chain, but I don't want it to show up too much. So we're going to do 1 space of 3 double crochet. Try to hide that thread. And then next space 2 double crochet, because we don't want it too tight and we don't want it too loose. Okay, so it's pretty much an adjustment that we're doing. Next one, 3 double crochet, and it's going to be like this all the way around. Next one, 2 double crochet only. And again, 3 double crochet. Two double crochet next. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I pretty much finished it. I'm going to cut my thread, and I'm going to come in with my pink. We're almost there. We have like 3 rows left, or 4. Almost there. Okay, so I'm coming in with my solid pink. Slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in anywhere here, and I'm going to do 8 singles. Now there's going to be a moment probably at the end we need to adjust, probably have to put like 2 singles together in order to get the right amount of stitch in there. So we're going to do 8 singles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to do chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to come back in my 5th and do 8 singles again. It's going to be like this all the way around, so I'm going to do it, and then I'll tell you at the end what adjustments I had to make, if there is adjustments to be made. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just a repeat now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in your 5th space. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I'm near the end, and it wasn't too bad. So at the end I had to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 together. So I added 2 together on the same space, and here we're only going to skip 1, 2, 3 and go into the 4th. So that's not bad at all. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and close it in with slip stitch. Okay, so add on your last one 2 together and skip only 1, 2, 3, and go into your fourth. Okay everyone, so close in with the slip stitch. I'm going to skip the first one with the slip stitch and the second one. So 1, 2, and I'm on the third because this is the first, the one we closed in. 1, 2 on the third. I'm going to come back in and do a single and another single. That's 2, 3, 4 singles. So we skip the first 2 and we don't do the last 2 either. Inside of this 5 chain, I'm going to do 10 double crochets, and it's going to be a repeat like this all the way around. And then I'm cutting my thread once I finish this row. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Again, skip 1, 2, come into your third one because we're skipping the first 2 and the last 2 and doing 4 singles. 3 and 4. And repeat again your 10 double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I'm pretty much done my row. I'm going to come in with my off-white and I'm just going to start pretty much anywhere where we have these singles. So we have 4 singles, 1, 2, right in the middle in between both. I'm going to come in with a single. And then I'm going to come from the back to the front on the first double crochet into the back. So I'm doing a back post. So that means you just pull this here together. In 1 chain space. And again the same thing, I'm coming into the next one from the back to the front to the back, trying to hide this thread here, and doing another one chain from the back to the front. We're going to continue to do this all the way around. One chain, and then we just have one more row. One chain space always between them. And I'm going to come again in between, so we have the 4 singles right in the middle, and do a single. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 back posts, and then continue to do the same thing again from the back to the front to the back, and 1 chain from the back to the front to the back, and again. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, last row, which is I'm going to do singles. So we're going to come in on the first space and do single, and single and single. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do just singles all the way. I'm going to do on my 5th one, I'm going to do 4 chain, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do a picot on it. So it's a picot with 4 chain, and coming back in and doing a single on the same space. and then again singles, single and single until the very last one here. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And then on this one here, I'm going to do a front post, half double crochet front post, and then come directly on the first space again, single, 2, 3, 4, and on the fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain and do your picot. Come back in the same space and close it with a single, 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 and then the last one single, and then half double crochet picot, front post, not picot, front post, sorry, and then directly into the next space with single, and then count again to your fifth space and then do a 4 chain picot. So this does it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a thumbs up if you liked it, and sharing is caring. And I want to thank every single one of you. Until next time, I'll have the little video and pictures and display at the end, and all the information in the description box below. So thank you, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye.